All right, good evening, folks, and good evening, and welcome to IRC Round 3, Tier 2 here on PC. We head to China tonight, but before we get on with the proceedings, I'm Moto, and joined with me in the com box and the streamer for tonight is deepakraj and Helium. What is up, guys, and how have you been?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a good day, and yeah, I'm looking forward to a good race today. How about you, Helium?
Me too. It's going to be very interesting. Tier 2, second fastest tier of the IRC. It's going to be interesting, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. But before we get on with things, we would like to shout out to everyone who's viewed all the streams in the past and who's been a part of this community because we've recently hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel, which is a huge milestone in any YouTuber's channel history. So we would like to thank all our viewers, all our long-time viewers who've been watching all the streams lately and been contributing to the community, to the action which we've been provided by these fantastic drivers. And Deepak, would you want to mention about the super chat as well?
Yep, sure. So, if you guys think that if you're impressed with the content that we are putting out, and if you think that you would like to help us, if you'd like to contribute to sustain the server, then you could use a super chat feature to provide whatever you feel it's okay for you. And a big shout out to Animaniac as well, who has been our first super chat. Uh, Thanks, Animaniac, for your contributions. I think it will definitely help us to keep the server running and keep it good.
Yeah,
So yeah.
absolutely. So thanks for all that, guys. But now heading back to China, Deepak, it's a track which has a lot of mechanical sections and a lot of high-speed corners. Actually, not quite a few high-speed corners, very few, but it's got that long back straight as well. We saw Tier X had a great race. It was like mixed conditions. What are you expecting for tonight? Like, what do you think is gonna be the weather conditions for tonight's race?
Yeah, like we saw in yesterday's race, and like we've seen in previous seasons as well. Like, China is kind of notorious for its changeable weather conditions, and we could have a wet to dry or a dry to wet, or maybe even a full wet race. I mean, who knows? So that particular randomness is still there in this track. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting session. I would say if it's going to be a wet session because, as you know, the traction and the ABS, it's quite intense in this game. It'll be ready to kill you the moment you make a mistake. So it's definitely going to test the drivers and their skill level as well.
Absolutely. It's one of the more bumpier tracks in the calendar as well as China. So drivers will be have to looking out for that as well. But I think we should head on to the track video now and have a look at what China has to offer. All right then, China, 5.4 kilometers long, 16 corners, very mechanical, low speed, mid speed corners. You have the snail section, which leads on to this long back straight, which has a DRS zone, which there are only two of. So I think we'll be heading on to our hot lap now.
Shanghai International Circuit coming up to turn 1, a difficult corner to get right, decreasing radius, long right-hander, utilize engine braking more than the brakes to slow down the car through turn 2, second gear through turn 3, but important to short shift for turn 4 to avoid losing traction. Slight kink at turn 5 before slowing the car down for 6th. Down to first gear for extra rotation, but then quickly up through the gearbox as the track opens up for the high-speed run through turns 7 and 8, staying as far left as possible for turn 7, opening up turn 8, little dab on the brakes, and use the engine braking as we head down to the double left of 9 and 10. Important to stay within track limits as we power towards the heavy braking zone of turn 11, a potential overtaking opportunity, but also maybe wise to hold off as we near the back straight. Important to get a good exit out of 12 and 13 to shoot you down the massive back straight. DRS open, cars can catch up in the tow from quite far back. This is the main overtaking opportunity, one of the longest straights in F1. Important to retain your ERS for this back straight here. Coming down into turn 14, tight hairpin down to first gear, short shift up through the gearbox to avoid losing the rear as you have one corner left at turn 16. Crucial to carry as much speed as possible without invalidating a lap, and that is a lap of the Shanghai International Circuit.
And we're back, and that was a pretty competitive lap from Oxygen there, pretty fast. But we'll be seeing similar times, a bit higher actually. considering Oxygen is a tier 1 driver. But uh, about the Hotlap, like we saw there these very two similar sections on the track, which is the first few corners, and then just after the second split, we have a similar corner, which is in the form of a snail. Also, why it's called the snail corner, which leads onto the back straight, and it's notably the dirty air through that section of the track is like a lot. So, Deepak, how do you think that's going to like impact our drivers tonight? Do you think they'll be trying to like do a slow and fast out to get the exit right, or do you think they're going to be like trying to keep the minimum speed high through the corner?
Yeah, like you said, the second sector, that particular corner, the exit is absolutely very crucial because that leads to the long straight, which is one of the important overtaking sections, or maybe even the only overtaking section. But yeah, I mean, the only safe overtaking section, I would say. So exit, it's going to be the ultimate priority there. So if I was someone who is following another car, I would definitely try to get my exits right rather than compromising myself on the entry.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw a couple of moves in Tier X down into the hairpin, which has been a pretty common overtaking spot even in real life as well. But we have seen some incidents as well, like Max Verstappen and Vettel coming in together in 2017
Yep.
at the hairpin. So yeah, it could be a hotspot for a lot of incidents and a lot of action. But I think our drivers should be readying up all now, and I think we might be heading on to the qualifying session. So let's see how the weather is. And as the forecast loads up, yep, it's dry for qualifying with overcast, slightly overcast conditions in the race. So the drivers will be looking out on their tires because China is a very abrasive track when it comes to tire wear. So I think nothing will change in that order because the weather is clear for tonight.
Yep, the tires on the surface have a very abusive relationship here, so it just completely eats the tires away, and so the tire conservation is going to be very important. So that's one thing that drivers wouldn't have to consider if it was a wet race. They could just go on put their laps, but now it's a dry race, so obviously strategy is going to play a much important role right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have a couple of new names here, actually, just one in the form of HCL, who has come back to Formula One after ACC. So we'll be keeping an eye out on him as well and seeing how he performs because he's very fast on ACC from what I've heard and
Yeah,
very
he's a
competitive.
very competitive driver, and yeah, I mean usually ACC and F1 together, it's kind of a tough thing to do. So I'm going to be very interested to see how he could do it.
Yeah, props to him for balancing both aspects of the sim market there. But as we see the drivers, yeah, this is the snail section which I was talking about. So it's so hard to like keep the car under control here, especially on worn tires because it's not only is it cambered, but because you're turning and you're throttling at the same time, and it's also slightly uphill. All these factor in to make a very dangerous and sketchy exit. So the drivers will be keeping a sharp eye out for that exit. But heading on into this third sector, it's relatively straightforward, just a hairpin and a left hand as he gets ready, as Sager gets ready for his hot lap. So another thing is that strategy could play a factor here because we've heard a lot of debacle about what strategy to go for because soft medium is like the game's hallmark as to what strategy you need to go for. But over here, the soft medium soft will also be competitive. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, again, I think it ultimately falls in the hands of a driver's skill. So, soft medium stop, of course, it means that you're gonna have to hustle your way forward. And yeah, if the driver is comfortable doing that, then he could definitely do it. But yeah, it's all gonna be ultimately in the hands of the drivers and how they're gonna handle it today.
Yeah, absolutely. And heading on is Sager in through this S section in the middle sectors. He goes a bit wide there, though. I don't think he picked up an invalidation.
Yeah,
Heading
he
on,
barely avoids invalidation. He's still going on his valid hot lap.
yep. I think his exit speed was not all that high. Maybe that's what the game didn't uh, it invalidate the lap. As we see, the first lap time of the session, a 132.3, if I'm not wrong. What
32.5. It's 598.
0.598, yes. As that's been pipped instantly by a 31.9. So quite a way, quite a clear difference in lap time there by the first two drivers who put in a lap. And
Yeah.
SSJ Assassin is known to be very quick and he's on the controller. So But coming back to the tire scenario, I think you're right, Deepak, that it'll come down to driver skill because even though I think the two stop is faster here, because of how hard it is to overtake, it's ultimately going to be the one stop, which is going to be the way to go.
Yep. It again, like I said, it's gonna be a very split decision. Drivers are gonna have to think quick and make their decisions. So far, people are out on their soft tires and they're doing their laps. So I don't think I'm seeing anyone doing their hot lap, trying to do a hot lap on medium. So far, it's all been soft runs, and we do have 10 times posted on him.
Oh, we have one driver who's on the mediums in the Ferrari of Shawshank. That is a
Oh,
33.7, though I don't think that's going to keep him in the top 10. Let me tell you, that's a bit off the pace even for mediums. So he will be
yep.
going out for another run, unless he just wants to avoid the turn one chaos, if there even is any, and just take it easy from the back of the grid. But another returning driver is in the Haas is Abhi, who has had a bit of a hiatus from the F1 game, but he's back, and we'll be also keeping an eye out and seeing how he performs as well.
Yep, Abhi is a really good driver. I mean, I raced with him 2 seasons back, and he's quite a strong driver in the midfield. He was able to hold out his own and attack other drivers for positions in the midfield. So I'll definitely be interested to see how he's able to perform today.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to, I think to distinct from to our viewers, I think we should
Yeah,
say mention the 20 after his name. Otherwise, everyone's going to get confused with the
yeah, that's
other
right.
Abhi. These two were in a team, I think, last season in the Red Bull just for the memes, but it seems they've been separated now.
Yeah,
But
that would have been a good continuation.
yeah, it would have. But I think that's continued on to tier one in the form of Akash and Akash in the RB, I think, as well, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, it seems that Jack has gotten the better of SSJ Assassin, and he's put his Merc in provisional poll with 31.8, so just a tenth off is SSJ Assassin. But yeah, the track is ramping up, and we can very evidently see that from the qualifying times are dropping right now.
Yep, as the time goes on, we'll definitely see the time stumble much more. So yeah, I would definitely think we could see some medium runs by the end of the session, somewhere
Yeah,
close.
yeah, absolutely. And uh, I think just to make it out to our viewers, I think poll time, if any of our viewers can guess or get within a tenth of it, would be great. So whoever's in the chat box, put in your predictions of poll, and let's see if you get within a tenth of it. As Abhi's taking a very adventurous route, trying to get back into the pit lane early.
Hey, looks like we had Dwajin who has contributed 100 in the super chat. Thanks for that, Dwajin. And yeah, I'm Dwajin from T1. Don't know why I'm typing this. Well, I don't think I can help you there, Dwajin.
Yep.
Uh,
And now we're focusing on the AlphaTauri with Aditya as he goes through the second sector. The second sector again is it's so in race and qualifying it's so different because if you're following a car through those S's, you just can't get the car to turn, and you'll have to brake so much earlier as he
ooh,
clips the inside curb there and gets a bit wishy-washy on the exit and just manages to keep it out of the barriers. But
yep,
yeah.
that is something that's gonna happen quite a lot if you're gonna touch the curbs. They just will just send you spinning around.
Especially on a cambered corner like that, you do not want to touch the inside curb at all. That will just spin you around instantly,
Yep.
no matter how slow you're going or how fast you're going. But it seems that qualifying for now, I think the drivers are just, taking it easy, not pushing to the limit because I think from what I expected, the times are a bit too high up, or rather slow, in my opinion. But yeah, the
Yeah,
track evolution.
it all looks like people are just doing some banker laps, just in case they need to have a time on board. It looks like that, because I'm pretty sure the drivers are capable of doing much more faster times than this.
Just to get a delta, yeah, you're right. Hmm. But if anyone's going to go for the mediums, in my opinion, they should rather leave their laps for the last 3 or 4 minutes of the session, so that they can get all the track evolution and also set consecutive laps in the medium tire because you can. It's not gonna. wear out too much, and that's how you get the performance from that harder compound of tire by doing consecutive laps. But it seems that Unleashed has gone out on the mediums as we see Montero going through his lap relatively clean so far. Let's see how close to P1. He's just 3 tenths down on P1 through the middle sector, going through the snail corner. If you can have the telemetry on and see how these drivers are approaching on the basis of throttle, that would be very nice actually. Yeah, and opens DRS heading down at 320 k's, topping out quite high there, braking just before the 100-meter board. You want to brake a bit early, get the car turned in, rotated with the throttle, get a good exit and not get oversteery on that exit there. And through the last corner, you can cut a bit more of the inside curve, but he chooses to play it safe and doesn't lose out on that much time in the last sector, but he's still a bit off of P1.
Yep, definitely still a lot of space to improve. And one such corner, a lot of people just ignore is the final corner. Like, people just think it's just a normal kink and nothing to worry about. But I would say that is one of the toughest corners in this track, if I'm not wrong, because it's like you need to be absolutely fine on the edge to get the proper time. Like you saw in this lap, he could have taken a bit more on the outside, but he didn't exactly do it. I think that would definitely help some time over there. But if you cut too much to the inside as well, you're gonna be sending spinning around, and if you go too much to the outside, it's gonna be invalidation. So it
Yeah,
can be pretty frustrating.
not only of that lap, but also the next lap which you'll do. So if you're on your out lap and trying to get a good exit, so it's kind of sketchy that way as well. As AlphaBot
Ooh.
completely goes off track on the exit that can't quite get the car rotated and chooses to box in and get a new set of soft tires and do a lap later on.
Yep, that would be a very wise decision because, like I said, the tire wear is quite ridiculous on this track and it's quite tough to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And oh, it seems Masoom has donated 66 rupees. Thanks for that, Masoom.
And
And
apparently, he
because
is
I
a
sim
big
for
fan of
KC
KC66,
66.
so yeah.
Yes, we all do,
Casey, if you're
Masoom. We
watching
all
this,
do. Oh man. And yeah, coming on back to the action, you see McLaren, I think he's on his outlap because he's taking the inside line into this hairpin here for some reason. So he's just gearing up, but seems he's depleted quite a bit of ERS, so I'm not quite
yeah.
sure if he's on his lap or not.
Oh,
He
he's going
chooses to
in.
come in, yeah. Yeah. Maybe he had messed up earlier in sector 2, but yeah.
Yeah, that could be a case. I think
Coming on to the
Heisenberg is about to start his lap. Nope,
oh,
he's
never
also
mind.
going in.
So it seems the mediums, the delta between the mediums and softs over here, because on any track where there's a lot of mechanical corners where you need the grip from the tires and not the aerodynamical components of the car, the delta between the softest and the next step of compound of tire is even larger, because again, point in case, you need all the grip you can from those fresh set of boots, and if you're using a harder set of compound, a harder set of tire, then you won't be getting that grip. So maybe that's why they've opted to just go out on the softs after all.
Yep, yep. It does look like the McLaren seem to have abandoned their medium lap strategy because when Heisenberg he was having all the ERS and everything was saved, but he just went into the pitch. Ooh,
He
SSC
was
has
on a
to goes for the
flyer, was
spin.
SSJ Assassin. He was setting purple sector 1, but got a bit too throttle happy out of that corner and then lost the back end.
Yep, he's just gonna have to scamper back to the pits, and I
He
hope
has
he
time
has
for
another
another
set.
one.
I
As
don't think the time is an issue. I hope he has another fresh set of softs available to him.
I don't think time will be an issue, but yeah, about that, I think he's only done 2 runs, if I'm not wrong, and you get 4 sets of soft tires for
Yep.
short qualifying. So I think he has a couple of sets to spare.
I don't know if
But
this is a hot lap on Abhi, but that exit out of the snail corner was very sketchy. His gear was just sliding around.
yeah, I think he's backed out, judging by his inputs.
Yep, I
Not
think he
quite
has
sure.
definitely backed out. His ERS is regenerating.
Yeah, he goes into the pits. Again, drivers finding it very hard to battle that snail corner, especially on this game when the cars are even more understeery and again oversteery on exit as well, I've noticed. So that snail corner is posing to be a pretty big problem as we thought.
Yeah, it is. It is like it's a very heavy traction zone, and as I said earlier, it's this game. It's quite much more aggressive when it comes to managing your traction. You need to be absolutely on the edge to get it right. And as you see, Eitzel is rounding out his lap, and let's see where he ends up.
Ooh, quite a
And
bit off the pace, but I think he's. I don't think he's going to have time for another lap. I'll tell you that. Which is in lap and then out lap for the next one. Yep, I think that's it for HCL's qualifying. P10, not bad, but I think you would have preferred P11 if I'm not wrong.
yeah, I mean, yeah, at least P11 it gives you at least a pretty tire choice on the grid. So yeah.
But let's see, I think some drivers below him in the standings are on outlap, so he might be getting that P11 or P12 as BK in the Haas. It's a bit squiggly on the exit of the last corner, and he's a second of the pace, and he's in P11, which is not a bad position at all, as we discussed before. But again, he'll be hoping for a better result than that.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I mean, I think currently we are in the a bit close to the wall there.
Yep.
So
You
yeah,
take a lot of
like
liberties with that pit lane entry because you get a lot of space, but then you just overshoot that corner because that left hand is so tight.
you do tend to go in a bit over enthusiastic, and if you just push it too much, then it could potentially end your race there.
Oh yeah. So I think a lot of drivers on their final outlaps now, and Deepak, let's play a game. Come on. I think Jack is gonna get pole. Who you wanna place your bets on? Oh, never
Oh
mind.
my god.
Never mind. Yup.
Oh,
Can I
his
take my
wings
bet
are
back?
gone.
That
Oh,
commentator
this is a
curse
really
working for
bad
him.
start to his lap.
Yep, as Helium said, that's just commentator's curse in action there.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for him. So, yeah, I mean, I really hope SSC Assassin can put some competition for that lap out there.
Yeah,
But
he's
yeah,
China. We've been very quick at. I've seen he's practiced quite a bit and he's been on the pace. He's doing tier 1 times if I'm not wrong. If he just gets in a lap together, I think he's got pace for pole and by quite a margin as well.
yep, he's definitely someone to watch out for.
Yeah, he had a pretty, I wouldn't say abysmal, that'd be too much, but a pretty quiet race in Portugal. Wasn't quite on the pace, but wasn't quite off of it either. I think he had got into some incidents and couldn't quite finish where he wanted to, but it's a fresh start for him. It's a new track, and he's practiced quite a lot, so let's see how he does on his lap. Getting
And
out, yep.
yeah, I mean, sorry to interrupt you there, but someone else who are missing in the top of the pile is RB Ferraro. He's sitting in P17 right now. I wonder what happened to him.
Oh yeah, and I remember seeing him. He had gone out on the mediums to do a lap, but now he's in the pits, and I don't think he's going to be qualifying.
I don't know what exactly is happening there, but yeah, let's see.
Yeah, but now coming on to SSG Assassin's lap, I think that first corner was a bit sketchy. Misses apex by a bit, but now heading into this hairpin, he's up on his time by 13 milliseconds if I'm not wrong. Gets the hairpin quite nicely done through this left-hander. It is flat in time trial, but in the race, I think in qualifying you might want to lift a bit. He's got some traffic there. Hopefully the Merc gets out of the way. It does. Braking nice and gently for this left-hander, then focusing the momentum, but he gets an
Oh my
invalidation.
God. Yeah, that was a bit too much, and yeah, that will really be disappointing for SSC Assassin. Even his previous lap was on a flyer, and it just throws it out as a window. Really bad.
Again, China proving very hard to hook up a lap on the circuit is. As Meerkat Initiate is another very quick driver, but again, he's not quite as consistent as the other top runners in this tier. But he's got the raw pace, and let's see if he can stick it on pole. I think he's up on his time. Oh, he does.
Oh yes.
By 3/10. What a lap.
Wow. Well, we just missed that, and the second sector apparently tasked me in the purple sector. I don't know why our telemetry showed it up as yellow, but let's look to have been
and
active
Abhi
from purple
20
sector.
puts his car in P2. What a lap by the Haas driver.
Yep, we are definitely seeing some good lap times that are coming in right now.
Yeah, especially from drivers which, I mean, Abhi hasn't raced in this tier yet because of some personal reasons, but now he's back on it on the game and he's back on pace as well. So I'm pretty happy, like like he's back on pace, and I'm glad to see him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Abi will be quite happy with his lap right now. And I don't think anyone else is on their hot lap right now. So I think pretty much Abi is going to be in P2 and Meerkat is going to have pole.
Notably, Deepak, I can see some notable drivers here. That Streeter and RB, who I think on the podium in Portugal, have both not set a time or
Yeah, it
like
is
representative
very,
times. Yeah.
it is very weird to see them at the bottom. And I don't even know what happened to Streeter. He seems to be going in and out of the session. I really hope it's not any technical snag on his night.
Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen in the race to him either, because it's always annoying when you put in the time and effort to practice for a league race and then you just are plagued with these glitches and bugs which you can't do anything about. But I think that's qualifying it for us. HCL, who's still on a lap somehow, I don't know how. And he's got his P11, I'll tell you what.
Yep.
He'll be glad about that.
And he seems to be doing his lap on a medium set of tires.
Oh, I
Maybe
think
if
he's
you
got
could
the
improve.
timing glitch if I'm not wrong, because he did leaves. He's got a few extra seconds, but little does he know that the game will not be counting for this lap because the timer is over. It's hit zero as you can see, but I'm not sure he's aware of that.
Yeah, I'm still not so sure. There are some little things like this in the game that still need some mining out. It's kind of sad to see like this, but yeah. Anyway, I think that's our quali over.
Yeah, qualifying is set and done, and your top three, I'll just round them off right now. As we can see, HCL is still on his lap. Meerkat initiated in P1 with a brilliant lap. He was clear 3 tenths, but then Abhi in the Haas put in a competitive lap as well, who's following him around right now on track, but just a tenth and a bit off. And then quite a ways back, Jack, who on his out lap unfortunately had a bit of an incident with the barrier. And then P4 is SSJ Assassin, who invalidated his his flyer of a lap. And then P5, P6, P7, P8, P9, P10 are Abhi, Montero, Heisenberg, Shawshank, Unleashed, and Alphabot is rounding off the top 10.
I think Jack and SSC Assassin will be very much frustrated and annoyed with themselves because they definitely had the pace to compete for the pole, but had some really unfortunate incidents on track.
Yeah, it's and there were at least Jack on his outlap. I don't know, maybe he was pushing or his car just got a bit loose on the exit there, because that corner I think is off cambered. It's very like treacherous, and the slower you're going, the less downforce you have. So I get why he got a bit squiggly there, but still, on an outlap, it's a bit unheard of.
Yep.
Anyways, that's your qualifying for tonight, and I think the only notable mention is that Abhi's put his car in P2, which is very surprising. What do you think, Deepak?
Yeah, it is. I mean, he just surprised us with his pace today on his comeback. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how he can hold it out in the race because he's got some really quick drivers behind him.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll have to be putting on a very good defensive drive if he wants to keep that P2 and P3 or the podium in general. But I think that's qualifying for tonight. And as the drivers are probably getting ready to hit advance, we let's talk a bit about the race. Like it's a bit underwhelming that it's dry, but again, China is a track which always provides in past seasons. It's always had a great enthralling race. So what do you think? Let's go for the safety car one first. How many safety cars do you think are going to be there tonight?
Well, I mean, it has been a bit inconsistent in this game as far as safety cars are concerned. But I think we might have just one safety car, but I still don't really like to bet on safety cars in this track and this particular game at least.
Yeah. Uh, a bit of an interruption there in our stream, but it seems that Raja, thank you for that 500, man. That's
Ooh.
like we're very grateful for that. That's amazing.
Yep, that's definitely a
So
very hearty donation. Thanks for that.
yeah, shout out to him, and it's great to see the super chat all active, and it's great that IRC's come after such a long journey. I think 2 years. I didn't join from the start, but it's really nice to see them where they are right now.
Yeah, it really is. It really is a really great. It really has been a great journey, and it's all been a community-driven project. So it's really great to see the community backing us up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a journey, and the only way from here is up. So we're going to keep growing, get more drivers in here, and expand this ever-expanding community. As Electrip is a bit slow on the reading up there, he's still loading in. But yeah, for the race coming back, okay, it seems he's left the session now. But coming back to the race, yeah, safety cars, I think I agree with you. There might not be as common as it was in Austria, especially. But as for overtakes, we've pointed out that the hairpin is one hotspot. I think another hotspot for overtaking is the hairpin at just after sector 1.
Yep.
Because the corner before that is a very traction heavy zone, and anyone with a tire advantage or someone who's got a better run out of that corner can easily send it down. And we've seen some overtakes in the past where Vettel had gone around the outside of Ricardo or Verstappen, I think it was, with a really good move in 2018, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, it does have quite a few hot overtaking zones, this track does.
Yep, like you said, that particular corner is also quite a hard braking zone, and right before that is, like you said, it's a very hard traction zone. So it's going to come down to a lot of factors. Like, of course, it's going to be important part is going to be a tire life, and second important part is going to be how well you're going to put your traction down.
Yeah, absolutely. Short shifting will be key in this race because of the heavy traction zones. And as we just get 20 seconds away, we're about to see, I think, something interesting is that what tires these drivers have opted for. But because again, there's so much variety in the strategy you can go for. You can start on the hards and then push like a madman and then go onto the softs and then again push like a madman. Or you can play the conservative way and just do soft medium or medium soft. So we're about to see what the drivers will prefer very soon as the formation lap is about to get underway. So could we go on to the tires and see what tires the drivers have opted for? Oh yeah, wow.
Oh, quite a lot of hard tires out there.
Yeah, hard runners there. BK is the highest hard runner in P12. The thing about the hards is that they do take some time to heat up, and on heavy fuel, they're going to be like very slow.
Yeah,
So
heavy
they'll
fuel, and especially with traction being very tough, it's gonna be quite a treacherous few laps, I would say, to get that sorted. But yeah, it's something that will pay off if you can keep it clean and get it going.
Yeah, absolutely. And uh, it's
You see,
important to know that
Shawshank and Alphabot has had some kind of contact, so they have been made to wait on the starting grid with icy cold tires when these guys are gonna come around with their toasty fresh tires.
yeah, but luckily they're not on the mediums or hards, otherwise they would have literally no grip because
Yeah,
at
that
least
would
the
be a
softs
nightmare.
will be heating up a bit quickly. But
Yep.
yeah, coming back onto the hard runners, I think the hard runners are. I think BK will be falling down the order quite a bit because the hards at the start will be very slow. But one driver to look out for is Aditya because he's gone for the soft tires, the very grippy soft tires. As Abhi20 gets disqualified as well. I think he's got a they've got a coming together with Jack and Abhi have had a coming together. Sorry, and
Uh, this is not really gonna help both Abhi and Jack. Both of them are gonna be very
yeah,
upset about this.
and SSG Assassin and Meerkat are gonna speed up ahead if their tires are all toasty and nice as you said. But yeah, it seems I think Warhammer joined for a second there though. I don't think you have a seat, mate. So maybe better luck next time. But
No,
now
Warhammer
coming.
is here. He's here.
Oh, he's here. Okay, my bad. I'm blind. He's on the hard tires, the AlphaTauri driver. But now coming back on, I think Aditya is going to be making up a few places. And about the race start again, that first corner is uphill and it closes on the apex. It becomes very tight. It goes from wider to like very tight section. So, do you think drivers will be backing out and playing it safe, or do you think we're going to be seeing some sense?
I personally think people will try to make some moves over there because we all say turn one, we need to be patient and careful, but sometimes we do see drivers trying to make some moves over there. So we could see a few moves going down there. Turn one and two, especially the lines are quite interesting. You could stick around the outside and take the inside, and yeah, like I said, there's quite a lot of things that could go wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. As we get ready for the lights out soon. Uh, Still waiting.
Yep, any moment now.
Any moment. I think I see a car. Oh, there's one light, two lights, three lights, four lights, five lights. And lights out and away we go. And Abhi gets a brilliant start in the horse there. And he is already up to P1. And
Oh
the
no,
Red
no,
Bull
no,
behind
that's
us,
a big
there's a
incident. Oh
massive
my
crash.
god.
And SSG Assassin is retired from the session.
That's a really, really bad incident behind there. I think Abhi just had
And
a
the
little off
safety car's already out.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Oh,
this
okay.
is really
I
bad.
think what had happened there is Abhi got a bit squiggly. He went onto the grass and he concertinaed into everyone behind him.
Yep, just
And
came back onto the track like a wrecking ball and took out SSG Assassin right there.
ooh, and SSG Assassin is not going to be happy about that at all.
Yep, for sure. He is gonna be very angry and just gonna be throwing things around for some time. It's gonna be really bad.
Yeah, he's practiced so much as well, and it's really unfortunate to see him out like that. But wow, that was such a chaotic start. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Maybe Abhi got a bit squeezed. Like he got a bad start. Got a lot of wheel spin in the second stage, and sort of like lost the rear end, and that caused that massive crash in the back.
Yeah, it does look like that. It does look like he maybe had some wheels per moment and was just unable to control his car. I think he might have
Yeah.
just gone onto the grass a little as well.
Could we go on and see who are the biggest losers and gainers of that first? Well, not even the first lap, the first few corners. Oh, as you can see, the McLaren of Heisenberg has made up 5 positions there. So he's going to be really happy with the start, and I think he's on the mediums. If I'm no, he's on the softs.
No, he's on
Yeah,
the softs.
yeah. But he's going to be like absolutely gleeful with that start he's got there.
Yep. And we already have a penalty for Montero. I wonder what happened to him.
Who must have had a coming together with someone in the safety car. He's lost his front wing.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, as Crazy Joe gets a bit squiggly on the exit on those cold hard tires. I think Montero is definitely going to be coming in for a stop. Yep.
Yeah, he has to.
And quite a few drivers are there inside the pits. There's actually just two. There's Shawshank and now Montero's entering the pits. And
Oh,
Abhi has
retired. What happened?
he's
Did he
retired
just
in the
pull into
pits.
the pits
Yeah.
and retire?
I think he's had enough.
That's
He
that's
thinks his
really
race
sad
is
to
over,
see.
but come on. I mean, the entire safety car was there for him. But I think
Yeah.
he's had enough and he's called it quits, and that's the Red Bull driver out of the race.
Yeah, that's really sad. I mean, mistakes do happen, but that doesn't mean you should just throw it out and just leave. But yeah, I
Yep.
mean, he just made his decision to leave, and well, that's it.
Yep. Another important thing to note is Montero, the biggest loser easily right now, as he's lost 12 positions. But even before his pit stop, he was quite a ways behind. But it seems everyone has benefited from this safety car from the first lap incident. It seems drivers climbing up 4, 5, 6 positions there.
Yep.
McLaren
And one
looking in a
one
very
driver
good
that I'm
place.
really surprised with is Jack, because I saw that in the start he got a very abysmal first phase. Like cars around him were just going very quick than him. But yeah, I mean, I think the crash sort of helped him come back. I think he would have lost a lot of positions if not for the crash.
Yeah, absolutely. And uh, good thing for Abhi is that he doesn't have those rapid runners behind him anymore in the form of Meerkat and Jack. I mean, they're still behind him, but not like instantly behind him. So he's going to be a bit happy about that, and he's going to do his own race from here.
Yep, he just gonna have to concentrate on his tires and just make sure that he's able to put some gap between these guys. And
Could we
the
go on back to the
behind.
tires, because I think ATL he did start in the mediums. Yep, and he's already in P7. He's the highest medium runner, so he's definitely one to look out for right now, in my opinion.
He could be making some good progress right now.
As
Oh, and we see
Meerkat goes
someone
into the
making
pits for some reason. Wait, does he have damage? Like,
Can
could
he
we
go on board
board?
Meerkat?
Yeah.
Even Alphabot has gone into the pits.
No, he doesn't have damage. I think he's
But
just gone.
he does seem to have some damage on his right wing. He seems to have lost an end plate or something in the right
Oh,
wing.
I think he might have just noticed that as well, because he didn't pit earlier.
Yep.
And he's gone. Yeah, he's getting a wing change, as you said, Deepak, and he's gone on to the medium tires again. Interesting. So he definitely has to make another stop. I mean, so do the hard runners if they pit right now, because they will definitely not be making it till the end.
And Alphabot has stopped and gone on to a set of hard tires.
So Alphabot was probably going to take those till lap 25 4, 5, and then pit again. Ooh, like you can see how like non-grippy those hards are. Even at like safety car speeds, he's losing the rear of the car.
Yep, it is
So
going to be very treacherous in traction zones to manage it with these tires. So it's going to take a lot of skill to make it work.
yeah, absolutely. He'll have to weave like a madman to get those up to temperature. But as things have cooled down here, I think the constructor to look out for is McLaren, because P2 and P4, I mean, they couldn't have hoped for better.
Yep, and a shout out for Gaurav Arora. Thanks for your contribution, man.
501. He's pipped pipped Raja by 1
Yep.
rupee there. So congrats to you for that as well. And yeah, thanks, man. Really appreciate it. Yep, as Raja says, a donation to a
Yeah,
fighting
donation fight,
donation
we
is
won't
going to
mind
start.
it. Ooh, and we see cars bunching up there. Abhi just taking it absolutely slow to bunch these cars up.
Maybe he's got the notification that the safety car's in this lap. And you can be very clever about this in China because of how the pit lane entry is. Because it's a bit it's a very long pit lane entry. You can be really clever with your safety car restart here. So if I was Abhi, I would be like trying to confuse the people behind me as much as I can.
Yep. But the one thing that he did, like backing up the cars in the snail corner, that could actually lead to some really bad repercussions as well. Because I think in some of the races that I've participated, we've seen like people just going there and see this a big parking lot there and just ram into some others right
Yep.
behind.
And I think Abhi has gunned it. Yep. Oh, he's
Yep.
gone a bit wide there. He doesn't get a warning. Could we go to the gaps? Okay, they're just equalizing, and Heisenberg has gotten a good start as well. Just a bit, a tenth and a bit. So is Jack. So everyone's all
Oh,
close
Jack
together.
just
But
goes
Jack,
for it.
yeah, Jack sends it down the inside. I think Heisenberg's tires weren't quite up to temperature. He must have locked up. He goes around the outside. Heisenberg is still there, putting up a fight, going side by side through the snail section, and the Merc of Jack comes out in front. So good
There
racing
was some
there.
wheel banging there in turn
And
1
below
and 2, and
ACL has
ACL
got
has made a
great-
position.
Yeah, ACL has got a great safety car restart as well. He's up to P4 on those medium tires, as Crazy Joe has retired from the race as well.
Oop, that's really bad result for him. I thought he'd hold out for a bit longer, but yeah, we see Meerkat going for a move on Alpha Bot, who seems to be a bit struck.
Oh, getting a bit too close to the rear diffuser of the Red Bull there. He can see those hard tires have no pace, and he's trying to go for moves when a move shouldn't be possible there. He's pushing him through all these corners, but what a great start by the Alfa Romeo of ACL there. And Heisenberg is sliding around, and Jack is, I think he's lost it.
Yep,
'Cause
Jack seems to have made the same mistake as he did in the quali, and this is really bad for him.
And Abhi has like sped away from this pack. He's 2.8 seconds in the clear.
Wow.
He's got the
Abhi
perfect start.
Yep, Abhi is currently living in his dream world right now. He's
As
just got
a
good
Haas
run.
driver myself for Tier 1, there's no bias in the chat right now, but when I say that Abhi's going to win this race, I mean it.
Yeah, well, currently it does looks like it. I mean, touch wood, I don't want to put a cause on him, but yeah, he seems to be flying at the moment.
But speaking of flying, so is the Alpha of HCL. He's on the mediums as well. He's on it. He's up the gearbox of Heisenberg, and Heisenberg goes wide. I think does the McLaren have damage, if I'm not wrong, because he's going very wide into that braking zone all the time.
Yeah, he does seem to have
His
braking
tires are
pad
dying.
damage.
I think it's the softs. Yeah, the soft tires. Another thing we forgot to mention, they die very quickly into
Yep.
the first stint, and ACL is going to just sail around the outside, get the power down earlier, and
Wow, that's a
he's
nice
got into
move.
P2. Yep.
It's a really nice move, just sending it on the outside, using all his tires and using all of his grip to his advantage. That's really nice from Itzel, and he moves out to P2. That's quite
Yeah,
a move.
absolutely. And now further down, RB Ferrello, who started on those. Wait, no, I think he's made a pit stop as well because, or no, he hasn't.
No, Arbitral hasn't stopped.
Yeah. And he's made a good start on those hards as well, and he'll be looking to make up quite a few positions as he's got the slow-moving Alfa Romeo of Faizan in front of him, who's also on the hards. There's a bit of a traffic paradise going on here as Aditya, who's on those fresh softs, is going down the inside of BK up ahead. He's
Oh,
I think
ACL has lost it. Oh my
ACL has
God.
lost it out
Oh,
of the
man.
snail corner.
This is really sad
Ah.
to see. He was doing so much good progress, but all of it got undone by that one particular corner. It's really bad to see it.
That's China for you folks. In a blink of an eye, it can all go so wrong. But it seems that Aditya and BK are going side by side. I think BK might have come off very worse from that. He spun around, yup. He spun around, he tried to stick his nose in when Aditya didn't leave him. I mean, he did leave him space, but I think BK just opened up his wheel a bit too much and collided with the AlphaTauri driver and suffered the consequences for that.
I mean, that corner is not somewhere that you see a lot of moves happening in, but Aditya was having so much grip that he could just try to stick it on the outside, and he did, but unfortunately that BK had to have a short stake in that whole move.
Yeah, absolutely. But wow, like this P1 is just sailing away. He's just you know that meme, Deepak, where you have that plane who's just flying away and there's explosions behind him. This is what
Yep.
this is what it's reminding me of right now.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, people
Abhi
behind
is
him
that
are
plane right
putting
now.
up, going down, a lot of things happening, but Abhi is just constantly maintaining his pace and just pulling away from the guy behind.
Yeah, he's pulling out quite a lot of time through each corner, each braking zone. He's pulling out a couple of hundreds, couple of tens, and he's absolutely on it. But his tires are dying, and I think Unleashed is on the mediums, if I'm not wrong.
No, he's also on the
He's on
softs.
softs. But could we go on board? I think there's a fight going on between Faizan and Aditya there, and Aditya is very close to Sager as well. But as you see,
Montero is trying to move for an ace. There's a lot going on the track, man.
Yep, it's hard to keep up as Sager is going down the inside of Unleashed there, and Aditya is going to sniff at this opportunity and go down the inside of Sage.
Oh! That was super close. That was super close for disaster.
And it seems Aditya's thanking his stars that Sager just spun around in the right time there, otherwise that would have been a T-bone collision right there.
Oh,
As he
again!
spins
What
around
is
again!
happening?
Oh my god. Come on,
Sage
Caesar,
on
you
the-
need to hold it together, man.
He's put in the inter tires or something. He's spinning everywhere. But coming on back, HCL has managed to get back into the points after his spin out of the snail corner, and he's absolutely on it. The drivers ahead of him are on the hard tires, which will not be up to temperature as he's getting a bit squiggly on the exit there. I think he's getting some traction problems, his HCL. He's not quite able. I think the setup is not quite tuned to his driving style because he's getting on the throttle so early, and
Yep.
he can't balance the car.
Yep, I think it'll definitely improve as the laps go by, but for now, yeah, like you said, he seems to be struggling a little bit on the traction zones, but yeah, I think he'll definitely be looking to get that right in the coming laps.
Yeah, absolutely. And could we go on board the what do you call the tires and the penalties once? Just go through all of these again. Yeah, just keep it here. Yep. And we can see that I think Faizan has the advantage on those bit fresher mediums now. Those mediums will be less worn than the softs, and you can see he's gaining so much time on the AlphaTauri in front of him there.
Yep, but also point to notice Aditya had to move a lot through the pack. I mean, he was in P14 or something, and he just came back to P2, and he's gone to the stop.
Someone's gone into the
That was
pits. I think,
Aditya.
yeah, I think yeah, the soft runners have their pit window open
Ooh,
now.
Aditya has got a 3 seconds penalty for speeding into the pits.
Wait, normally you get a
Wait.
5 second for that.
No.
Wait,
that
what was that warning message that he got?
If you could go on with the penalties and then confirm it, maybe that would be. 3 seconds, okay.
3
I'm pretty
I mean,
sure
I
he
think-
might have cut the pit lane entry because you can get a warning if you do that.
Oh,
Because
okay.
yeah, there's some wiggle room on the outside to extend your car, like
Uh-huh.
the track. So yeah, I think he's got a penalty warning there.
I haven't seen a track limit warning in the pit lane, but yeah, that's something.
Yep, that's another thing China has to offer. I think even Jeddah has that on the exit.
I mean, exit is fine, but entry I haven't really seen any warnings like this. But
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
But-
moving on to the action on track. Like I said earlier in the quali session, one of the person that I was very surprised to see in the bottom of the pile was RB Ferraro, but now he's in the place where he is supposed to be in.
Yup, and even Street has made his way up the pack. He's into P5, but RB on those hard tires is somehow keeping up with Faizan. ACL is trying to go for an audacious move from the outside of that. If I were him, I would just wait behind and wait for the DRS and then go for an easy pass. But he's trying to get a top 10 overtakes of the season or something with a move like that.
Yep. And
As he
seems to be
goes
having
to
a
the
superior
left
speed.
and yeah. think the
Oh,
AlphaTauri is still in there, forces him wide, but he's got the fresher rubber, the softer rubber to get the traction and power down, and sails down the inside. But now Warhammer's going to have a sniff at the DRS as well. This is a great battle going on here. As he goes onto the left-hand side, and now he's going to sail past ACL.
Yep, Warhammer is definitely making use of the ERS as much as he could and getting it.
And
Oh,
now
and we see the
ACL's
Ferrari
getting
on the right
attacked
side.
by Shawshank. And wow, ACL's had to go from the attack to the defense in a matter of like 2-3 corners there.
Yep. Shashank just sneaking his way through Aitzel when these two guys are fighting it out. Yeah, it seems to be quite an up and down battle. These guys
Yeah,
having.
quite a good race so far. Lots of battles, lots of close action, lots of chaos in the opening lap, and there's hard
Looks like
baseball.
Abhi has spit, and Faizan
yeah.
is the current leader of the race.
Yeah, but Abhi has spit onto the hard, so yup, that is confirmed. He's going for the one stop, and let's see if he can undercut. If Aditya has managed to undercut him, I think he has, because he was 7 point something seconds behind, and now he's just Aditya's just 5 seconds, so he's undercut him by 2 seconds there.
Yep,
2 and a
that
bit
definitely
seconds.
seems to have worked for him.
Yeah.
And we
And
see
coming
Arbi
on-
Ferraro trying to get something on Faizan. And
Yeah,
I think both of them are on. Oh wait, Faizan is on
No,
mediums. Okay.
Yeah. Faizan's on the medium tires, and now RB, he is the faster driver, but still he's on the slow compound as of now. And it's impressive that he's putting up a fight, and as Faizan gets a bit out of shape on the exit there. He is out of ERS. You can see his rear light is flashing. That means he's below 20%, and RB is gonna take that as an opportunity as Faizan opens up his wheel, and that's a great defensive move by Faizan there. Not gonna lie.
Yep, that definitely was quite a hard and fair defensive move right there. Just
Yep.
making Arbi Ferraro just go a little bit on the outside and opening up the line for him. And
Ooh,
Sager has retired.
Oh, and Warhammer spins around his. Oh, ACL had to get on the brakes and very wisely avoids him, and it's another safety car.
Ah, okay. So I think this might benefit some of the medium runners. And wait, is that a set of inters I'm seeing? Oh my god.
Hold up, what? What?
Oh, come on, my man.
Can we go on both the tires to just confirm if those are inters or not?
Oh my man, I think he just messed up in his tire selection.
Oh,
And
no,
at least has got a
Montero.
drive-through penalty. Oh, this is definitely going from bad to worse for him.
No, I don't think he's got the drive-through. I think someone else picked it up.
Can you check the penalties again? I think it was unleashed.
Yeah, yep, it's
Yep.
unleashed. Oh no, Montero. But yeah, coming back onto as ACL picks up a drive-through as well.
Oh, this is definitely doing a lot of races. We
This
have
is-
3
yeah,
drive-throughs.
these
so
are
far.
these are some
Shawshank,
rookie
Aitzel,
errors
and Unleashed.
being portrayed by our drivers here. Come on, guys, get a hold on.
This is sad. Oh, Warhammer's retired. What's happening today, man?
I think Warhammer's called it quits. Oh no, he's lost his car on the exit of the snail section. I can see if you can just go on board. I think Unleashed should be passing through that area right
Unleashed or
now.
Heisenberg. Ooh,
Oh, his
car
car
is
is
parked right in
stopped
the
there.
middle.
I hope that it's a ghosted car. It like despawns soon enough.
I think it's gone now. Oh wait,
Nope,
it's still there.
there.
Oh wait, like you
It's
said,
just
at least
chilling.
hope it's a ghosted car.
Yeah, he's left the session, so it should hopefully despawn now as both the drivers exiting the pit boxes at the same time. There, the Ferrari and of Streeter, and I think the AlphaTauri of Aditya, or it was the Red Bull of Alphabot. I'm not sure. But RB has sensed this as an opportunity to go on to the softer rubber. So that's going to help him fight his way up back up to P1 of the podium places. So this safety car has benefited Abhi definitely, but now he's going to have Abhi right behind him on the softer rubber.
Yeah, it is like Abhi seems to have sort of made things kind of work for him. Like the safety car could, I mean, he could have definitely prayed for the safety car to come a little bit earlier, but yeah, it still is not a really bad window. He still hasn't lost quite a lot, but yeah, definitely RB Ferraro has gained from the stop. He has taken instead of medium tires. And what do you think, Moto? Do you think the medium will be able to go till the end?
Yeah, they should.
Okay,
They'll be really worn, no doubt, by the end. But they should.
yeah, one One guy that I'm pretty surprised is Faisal did not go into the pits. He decides to stay out on track.
Yeah, that's quite a puzzling decision there from Faizan. And behind him is Electric, who's made up 18 positions there out of all this safety car debacle. But he hasn't pit as well, and
Yep.
he's on the hard tires, and he'll be quite a ways off the pace on the restart.
Yep. So I think Electra, Meerkat, and Alphabot will be having quite a tough time on the restart when the cars behind are going to be much faster and having much fresher rubber as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it seems Montero has gone back to make his proper pit stop onto the slick tires and not the inters this time. So we should see him. He's gone for the hards, interestingly. Maybe he thinks those mediums will not last in the end.
Yep. Definitely he would have. I'm pretty sure he would have done some calculations in his head, and definitely the mediums didn't figure out in that equation, so he's gone for the hearts. But
Yeah,
yeah, this safety car period has been one big mess. To be honest, we got so many penalties, so many mistakes, and uh,
yeah,
uh
lots of drive-throughs, which all these drivers will have to serve at the restart. But then again, you can serve it at the restart. But if there's yellow flags, it won't let you serve it. You'll just do normal pit stop.
yeah,
So
that
if there's
will be
green
very
flag
annoying.
racing, then you can serve your drive-through on the restart. So it depends on how well, if these guys get lucky with the timing, or if they'll have to do another lap and then pit for the drive-through.
Yep, that will definitely be annoying. Just going for a drive-through, but going for a pit stop, and you would have not even set your pit stops proper. Like you would get
Yep.
some worn tires or whatever might happen. So that's
Yeah. So
definitely not something that I want to
hopefully these drivers
make
know
myself.
these regulations that under yellow flags you cannot serve your drive-through at the safety car restart. So let's see what's to come. Now the top three drivers are all clean; they have no penalties. But definitely, I think the top two will be making another pit stop. So will P3, that's for sure. So I think Abhi right now is in the net race lead with Abhi close behind him on the fresh mediums, who will be looking to pounce on him. But I'm assuming is that Abhi was gonna get the advantage, our advantage by the end of the race.
I kind of think that RB will try to squeeze a move as soon as he could, because he would definitely want to take advantage of the fresher rubber right now rather
Oh,
than leaving it at the
absolutely.
later side.
Yeah, absolutely. But uh, I tell you what, Abhi has to be very careful on the restart here because he's fighting with drivers who are on worn tires, older tires than him, sorry. And those drivers might or might not let him go that easily.
Yep.
So he needs to be wary about how he places his car and how he gets the moves done because he can't make another pit stop. Otherwise, he's going to be falling down the order massively.
Yeah, he for sure is gonna hope that things go fine. So far, it has been good for him. And
Oh,
oh,
as
we have another
Shawshank is
retirement.
retired from the session on the back straight. That's a very interesting position. Uh,
I guess he
the
just lost
retirement.
it on his tire warm up.
Oh wow, that's a new one. I think safety cars in this lap. Yep, they're all full throttle. Faizan didn't quite pay it that smartly. He's got a pretty bad run from the final corner. He goes defensive. Electric playing the smarter game, but he sent Faizan wide out, and Electric. That's very well played by Electric. But tell you what, he spooked Faizan into going defensive there, who missed his apex by quite a mile, and he's gone up the inside and got the move done as Electric.
Yeah, that's a good move. And yeah, Faizan, I think he just went a little too wide and just got spooked by that
Oh,
approach
but
of Electric.
Electric.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Moment, I think for a moment Electric just lost his car, but somehow was able to get it back. Nice car control there.
Yep.
And Streetor has moved up a position. Interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Could be going to the
Oh, and
broadcast.
Meerkat is spun
Oh, and
around.
Meerkat has
Oh.
gone around. Oh, that's curtains for the Alpine driver there.
Hopefully, he hasn't sustained a lot of damage. Hopefully, he can continue for whatever positions that he could fight for. But yeah, that definitely is going to be very disappointing for him.
Yep, absolutely. And you can see, as we were talking about, as Alphabet goes very wide there. And I was
So
going
does
to say
Abhi.
that Abhi will have to focus on Abhi, but now he's going to focus on Alphabet and trying to get him. But now
We are going to
Abhi is
have a
going to
three-way
deploy
fight here.
ZRs as well. And they're almost going to go three wide, is that? No, not quite, but I think Abhi's going to send it on the Red Bull. Yep. Bit of argy-bargy between the two drivers there. Alphabot is forced wide. Abhi is still on the outside there. Is he going to back out and go for the cutback line? He tries to brake a bit early, and Alphabot's gone all the way off the track there. I think He's going to pick up a penalty, but now RB is going to sense an opportunity down the outside. RB placing his car very well, giving RB no space to go around the outside, but I think he's got the move done on the soft rubber.
Yep, he definitely has gotten ahead of Abi, but can Abi fight back over here in the traction zone? But it doesn't
No,
look
you
like
can
it.
see those hards are just like slogging through the traction
Little
zones.
contact there.
Yep. And Streeter is also now.
Oh my
no!
god, where did that car come from?
Aditya has gone for the send of dreams and a send a
Come on,
bit
mate.
too
You
big
need to
for
be
his
much more
liking.
calculated than that.
Yeah, he's on the hard tires too, and yeah, I'm pretty sure he sustained some damage from that send because he's fallen down the order.
Yep. And yeah, so we have another super chat. Shout
I
out
tell
to
you what,
Yazira.
in all this debacle, what we failed to notice is that ACL has dropped off massively after the safety car restart. He's 15 seconds behind, now 7 seconds behind, but he was quite a ways off the pack there. Maybe he suffered an incident with one of the drivers in the restart.
Yeah, looks like HL has had a really horrible restart. But yeah, I think Abi has kind of equalized out a bit, but I think he has lost a position because of RB Ferrara going ahead. But that was something that we had already expected.
Yeah, RB is going to definitely be on the charge. Now, what if I was RB in the house? What I would do is just do my own race, and hopefully hope that these two drivers in front of RB are going to hold him up, sorry, and then play it out from there.
Yep, as you see, Faizan has got a warning that's definitely going to hamper his race.
Yeah, he's got 3 seconds.
Yep.
DRS has been enabled right now, so the drivers will be using that to their advantages. Streeter again, those mediums, look, you can see how much faster they are right now.
There was some contact there.
Oh, yeah.
Jack was trying to make a move on BK, and there was some contact. I think BK was sent spinning around over there.
Oh, and BK is trying to stick it where it's just there's not enough room, and he can't quite get out of this tussle he's finding himself in amongst these drivers.
Okay, I think the pack has sort of calmed down a bit, and in that we, in the middle we did have a super chat over there. We had Yasir Ahmed who had contributed to us. Thanks for your contributions, mate.
Yep, that's great, man. Thanks for that, Yasir. And yeah, coming back onto the action, you can see the Street and the Ferrari on those softer tires. He's got so much more pace than the Haas driver in front of him. But now Abhi is probably praying that these hards will be having the pace advantage on these worn mediums by the end of the stint.
It's definitely going to be an uphill task, I would say, both for Abhi and AlphaBot, because both of them are being chased by medium runners, Streeter and Jack, and they are within DRS range as well. So it's going to be a very uphill task, but they're just going to do everything that they could. As we
The
Streeter just going on the inside.
Streeter goes down the inside there. But Abhi's gone for the switch back, but again, you can see how much he's losing on traction, even though he had the better racing line for the exit there.
Yep, his hard tires are really not helping him at the moment.
Yeah, but I can see he's not using enough of the track also there. He missed his apex and didn't even take the outside curve on the last corner. So he's driving very conservatively right now, hoping that the penalties will push him up the order. But if I were him, I would just say, just gun it, man. Just go for it.
I think maybe he is playing it a bit smart right now because track penalties are going to be playing a massive role at the end of the race. If you are able to keep yourself within the pack and the guy side of you get some track warnings, you're obviously going to get the position. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we missed RB's overtake on Faizan, but it seems with the grip he's got, grip advantage he's got right now, it must have been a very easy pass for the Merc driver.
Yep, it should have been a very easy pass. I mean, that's a 4-lap medium and a 15-lap medium. It's like it's like apples and oranges.
Basically Hamilton, Verstappen, Abu Dhabi.
Yep.
But yeah, RB is definitely on the charge. He's 5 tenths up on his personal best. He's absolutely gunning it through all these corners there, showing some incredible race pace, and he's closing up to Lectrip through every corner.
So we are more than halfway our race distance, and we have got a ton of action going on. Like a lot of drivers making good moves, a lot of drivers making some unnecessary mistakes and losing it out. And we are going to see another move. I guess BK19 is closer to Heisenberg, and he is also having a DRS. So
is he going to go for the send, or is Heisenberg going to squeeze him? He goes to the send. Heisenberg is going to try and squeeze him out in the exit. He gives him a lot of space, a bit too much space in my opinion, and BK just sails around the outside. And even though Heisenberg's in the fresher tires, oh wait, no, I think
no, Heisenberg is on 9-lap old hard, and BK19 is on 4-lap medium though. So BK19 definitely had the tire advantage, and we see BK19 is already on the attack for Alphabot. Alphabot going defensive there into turn 1.
Yep, and he's already going down the inside of Alphabot through this mechanical section of the track, and he's got the move done. Two very quick and very clean overtakes from the house driver there. Good stuff.
Yep. Definitely some good stuff there. I mean, making 2 moves and all within just one sector, that's really nice. And we see Streeter going up and Faizan around the outside of this corner. That's
Yeah, Faizan is definitely going to close the door, and Aditya has retired. Is that going to be another safety car? It's a triple.
Yes, it is a safety car.
It's a hat trick.
So Electrip will be tanking his stars.
No, but he'll have to make another pit stop, that's for sure.
No, he can make another stop. Maybe he'll go on a set of mediums and he could see the end of the race.
Now,
So
if I were
Electrip
Abhi,
and
if
Faizan
I
will
were
definitely be
Abhi,
in a lucky place right now.
yeah, if I were Abhi, I would not make a pit stop right now because I think he's going to lose too much track position, which is kind of key around here.
Yep, Abhi. I don't think really Abhi has to pit right now because the guys behind him, I don't think even they will also pit. Considering that it's not a very old set of tires, but if the guys behind pit, I think Abhi should.
But now
stop
all
because
these
he'll
safety
get even
cars
up.
all these safety cars are mitigating that tire advantage he would have had by the end of the stint on those like fresher hards compared to the very worn mediums they would have been by the end of the stint. But now the safety car is going to sort of equalize that, as Electrip has come into the pits for a stop. I think he's going to go for the mediums if I'm not wrong.
That's
And
a bit
RB is
close
also
behind.
pit for a new set of mediums, or maybe he's gone with the softs. If
Softs 10 laps, do you think it might be a bit of a stretch?
very sketchy, they'll be absolutely shredded by the end of it. Tell you
Okay,
that.
Electrip has gone into a set of softs. So does Faizan, even RB Ferraro has
But
gone into softs.
Abhi has chosen to stay for track position. So now we have a wow. I think we have a great race left for us, Deepak, because now all these soft runners will be on the charge and the safety car restart. But those softs, in my opinion, they'll be battered by the end of it. The safety car will restart by lap 21, 22.
Yep. And
So-
another thing that is gonna be playing in favor of Abhi is that he's having 2 cars behind him as a buffer space between the soft runners. So he'll definitely be hoping that Montero is able to put up some stout defense for the guys behind.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's for sure.
So we do have Electrip, RB Ferraro, Faizan, and Streeter, who has made a stop for fresh softs, and BK19, Heisenberg, Meerkat, Alphabot, and Unleashed, who are going to a fresh set of mediums, and Eitzel, Montero, and Abhi staying out on the hard tires.
Ooh, ACL hasn't made a pit stop. I think that he might have messed up there. Could he go on with the penalties? Because I think Streeter didn't have a penalty throughout this race. Yep, he's picked up a 3 seconds somewhere across. Very clean, most of our drivers here, but again, I say that again, and then we have, how many is that? 7 DNFs there. Clean in terms of track limits, if you could put it that way. But yeah, it seems that it's been a very eventful race so far. And
Yep.
whoever's pitted on for softs are going to give us a show now.
Eventful is an understatement. I mean, the kind of events that we had in this race have been quite a lot. And honestly, I expected a good race, but I didn't expect this much of a race which has so much going on at the speed all the time.
Yep, China has definitely surprised me here because I mean I know it's been a very eventful race in the past seasons, but the layout of the track and the traction heavy zones, it always means that racing is going to be just a bit harder there as Jack gets very close to Abhi there, almost risking a 5 second for both of the drivers there.
Yep, that could have
But-
ended the race for both of them. And Eitzel has he gone to the pits?
Yeah,
Yep,
he's gone to the pits as well. A bit too late if I'm honest, but it's never too late for the soft tires, and this just means that his softs are just going to be that much fresher compared to the other drivers. Hopefully he's got for the softs and not for the inters, unlike a certain Williams driver. Yeah. Yeah. You
Well,
can only
Montero is in P3 right now. I hope he stays there and we could get to ask him what happened in the podium interviews.
oh yeah, coming off of that disaster of a pit, he's managed to put his car in P3. How's he done that?
Well, one answer, like one of our members have commented, chaos. That's it.
Yep, chaos is the answer. Chaos will always provide. And whoever's watching, we've got 30 concurrent viewers right now. Whoever's watching
Looks
in the
like
chat.
Eitzel has thrown in the towel for the day.
Oh, what? Oh, he's retired on track. What's happened there?
Looks like
collision with-
Unleash
wait,
and
what?
Eitzel had a collision, and Eitzel has just decided that he's had enough.
Oh my god. We had a full grid and now we're down to 12 drivers. Jeez Louise.
Yep. I mean, I didn't expect this track to be a race of attrition, but that's what we are having today.
Oh yeah.
Safety car in this lap, so let's see how Abhi can handle this restart. We do have Jack with 8 laps medium, like comparatively fresher tire, I mean softer tire, just waiting on his back.
Yeah, absolutely. Electrip, RB and Faizan as well. Ooh, Faizan, who in my opinion did seem a bit off the pace. He has said this is one of his weaker tracks, but now he's in a prime position for a podium. But I think he does have that 3-second looming over him as well. So he won't. Even if he does finish there on track, I think he'll be dropping down a lot.
Yep, he does have the penalty, which is definitely going to impact it. But yeah, still, he has done a good job, I would say.
So now heading on to the final few laps, guys, whoever's in the chat, put your predictions on the podium and also the winner for the race, as well as you, Deepak. Who do you think is gonna, out of the soft runners, I think, who do you think is gonna take the win for tonight?
It might be a bit of an outside chance, but I think RB Ferraro can definitely do it. He's got the pace and he's got the skill to do it. So yeah.
Yep. And now we're underway. And speaking of getting the pace, it seems Jack is already on the pace. He's pushing Abhi around in this first sector. As Electrip again, evidently you can see those hards will be nowhere compared to these softs. He's already overtaken Montero, who's dropped out of the podium positions, and he's and
Ooh,
RB again.
just sense it.
Yep, that's
Oh,
how
man.
fast the soft tires are, mate. He goes around the outside of that section now.
A little contact up ahead between Jack and Electrip. Electrip just having a little moment there. Front end
Yeah.
just going quickly.
Hopefully he hasn't sustained too much damage or any
Ooh, and we
damage
see
from that.
Jack making a move on Abhi up ahead. Abhi seems to be struggling with the traction and the grip over there. It just seems to be going so much wayward.
Yeah,
and-
those hards are not up to temperature, and it'll take a while for them to get up to temperature now.
Yep, he seems to be just backing the entire pack up, and Electrip side trying to just show his car up for Jack, trying to just scare him off, but just holding up right there. Electrip will be looking to make the move.
Could
over
we go
here.
on to the broadcast view for a second to see these drivers sailing down the back straight here? Yep, we can see Avi Fiorello on this. Well, I'll tell you what, Electrip has found himself in a Merc
Ooh,
sandwich.
Jack just
As
moves
Jack
on to
goes
the
for the
inside.
move on the Haas, and Electrip's try to sniff a position on the Haas as well, but Abhi's got the better traction there. But Electrip on those softer tires has got the upper hand on the exit, and he's got the move done.
That's really sad for Abhi, but I don't think his pain is over yet. He's still got so many
Yup.
soft runners behind him, and Abhi just breezes past him on the soft tires.
Yup, and he's gonna break so much later, as you'll see in a bit. Oh wait, Abhi breaks even later and somehow keeps it ahead. But now through this section, this mechanical section, Abhi is gonna have just so much more pace. Abhi's trying to go defensive there, but that's gonna do him no good. And yep, RB just sails past him, and now he's gonna lose a position to the Ferrari as well. This is just heartbreaking to watch, actually.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's gonna be very frustrating to be in Abhi's seat
This
right
is what
now.
Hamilton felt like in the last lap. That's the pace advantage the softs have over the hard tires.
Yeah, it is definitely very heartbreaking and very upsetting as well. Like because Abhi didn't really do much wrong from the start of the race. He was doing everything he could.
Yep.
But yeah, it's definitely it's a very sad time for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Faizan as well is going to just sail around the outside here. He's trying to go defensive. He's going to get the cutback line. He's still on the outside there. Going side by side through the snail section. Very clean racing from both these drivers here.
Yep.
I think they're still side by side. Nope. I think, yeah, Faizan is just etched ahead of him. And further up front, Electrip is
Ooh.
trying to scurry around Jack, who weaves twice there. That's a bit sketchy from the Merc driver, but Electrip does have the softer rubber.
Oh
Jack
my
is trying to
God,
squeeze
both
him
of them are
out
out.
to the track. Yup, Electrip is going to be fuming about that. I think Jack tried to squeeze him a bit too much, and he's paid the consequences.
Yep, and we have RB on the lead right now.
Yup, definitely a report coming in from Electrip, because I think Jack just opened up his steering a bit too much, and both drivers suffered from that.
Yeah, that straight was a bit too aggressive, I would feel, from Jack, because he just I think Electric just jinked to the left and Jack followed that. That was all good. But then again, he did to the right side as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely a bit sketchy, and that contact.
And even on the
exit
exit, he
was
opened
not
up
that
his
great.
steering a bit too much and ran him off the track. But anyway, the stewards are there for a reason, and they will
Yep.
definitely be looking into that incident there. But now coming back to this battle, but it seems the Streeter, I don't think he has much to do apart from winning, taking the pride and winning on track, because he does have the 3 seconds looming on him.
Yes.
So I think
Or
the
maybe
only
hope that RB gets something. Peter
the
will
only
definitely be praying for that.
yeah, the only driver that can upset the top people over here is Abhi if he can stick within the 3 seconds and still get that podium. And
Yeah, but
if
it's gonna be quite a task, and he's just gonna pray that the soft tires up ahead just fall off that bit.
yeah, he will definitely be praying for that to happen. As Streeter has got the DRS and the driver
Anyone
in
but
front
Streeter. Yep.
Yep.
He has made the move.
and sailed past him. It's a pretty simple cookie cutter move there, but and Faizan has gone past BK on the soft tires. Has Faizan got the move done? And I think Abhi as well has gotten past Montero, if I'm not wrong, or was it
Yeah,
always?
looks like Abhi just had a little green arrow next, so he has made a move.
Or maybe I think Montero was trying to sniff an opportunity, and Abhi just lost time to the leaders in front and had to defend from Montero.
You see,
Speaking of
Abhi going
defense,
around the outside on turn 1, and he's gonna go better cut back line. Nope.
yeah, that's kind of hard to do here because this corner just tightens up so much at the apex. But now is he going to try and switch back on the softer rubber? He's getting a bit squiggly in the exit there, and I think that's any chance of a move into the hairpin is gone.
Yep. The Electric and Jack, both of them pitting, and Jack getting a 5 seconds penalty for speeding into the pit lane.
Electrip and Jack both in the pits. I
Yep.
think both of them had damage after had damage on their front wing after that incident. But yeah, it's just a battle for the fastest lap now. I think between those two drivers.
Yep, for sure. So up ahead, Streeter seems to be kind of breaking away, but still, I don't think he could pull off that 3 second gap to keep it away from RB Ferraro. Now, RB Ferraro just needs to be calm, just needs to not rack up any track warnings, and
Yep.
the win is in his pocket.
Yep, absolutely. But I still think RB would want to win this on track. I don't think he's won a race in this season. He's finished on the podium on both occasions, if I'm not wrong, both the rounds. But he hasn't gotten a win. So for his first win in the season, if I were him, I would wanted to be an on-track win. So he's going to fight for this.
Yeah, that's a fair thought. I mean, obviously, winning on track is definitely something that you could brag about. So yeah, definitely be doing that.
Unfortunately for Abhi, he's not only managed to stick with the soft runners, but apparently BK has gotten in between RB and Faizan, and he's dropped back so much. So
Yep.
Abhi will really have to pray those softs will start dying. But from our telemetry so far, we can see the softs. If I were to guess, they were at about 30 to 40 odd percent.
Yeah, somewhere
So,
around that.
yeah.
The Alphabot is swarming on the behind of Abhi with that medium tire, and Abhi still trying to manage it. But yeah, it just seems to be going downhill for Abhi right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything's wrapping up over here as just 4 laps remain. Abhi out here is just fighting for his life on those very worn and old and like very low grip hards right now. Yeah, I think you're right. He should have made the pit stop, and track position wasn't enough to keep him in that podium slot.
Yep. The pressure tire just assaulted him, and he just got decimated, to be honest.
Yep,
For
it
so many
was so.
positions.
Yeah.
And he
And now
knows
you can
another
see the
position.
medium. Oh wow, what a send! And it's a send a bit too much, and he's overshot the corner by quite a while, and Abhi just sneaked past him on
Yep.
the switchback there.
Yes, Aspar seems to be itching to get past, and he's almost used up all of his battery. He's running very low on ERS.
Yeah, that's true, and he's gone for a move up the inside here, and I think Abhi, 15 lap old Haas versus relatively new mediums. I don't think it's a contest.
Oh, wait, Unleashed has also gone ahead.
Oh wow.
I didn't notice that.
So Abhi is like struggling a lot over here.
Yeah, Abhi is literally dropping down like a stone. And Montero is also right behind him, but I think they are on level tires, so I think Abhi can hold
Yeah,
it out a bit.
that should be a fair battle to
Yep.
watch. Yep, and now the fastest laps are coming in. Jack is pipped it from Electrip, or maybe he's just gotten faster and Electrip hasn't quite got the pace to respond to that fast lap. So it's all bragging rights down at the bottom there. They still do get points because we have a new point system for this season. So top 15 will get points.
Yeah,
But for the
that is
fastest lap,
definitely an incentive for these guys to go out and do better.
yeah, but no, but for the fastest lap, it's still restricted to only the top 10.
Yep.
So they're just trying to steal the point away from whoever had it in the top 10.
Well, Jack is in
Alphabot
the
is
top
now
10.
closing up on Faizan.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Jack is in the top 10, so he's going to get that extra point. So that's good for him. Yep.
Oh, that was pretty close, but yeah, just a little contact, but nothing much.
Oh,
So Alphabot moves
you
up.
can see from Faizan's front tires are absolutely shot. He's got no grip at all. Could we go on more RB and see what his tires are like? Yeah, his tires are also dying.
Sort of
So
similar.
now the medium runners will be sensing an opportunity to get some pace back and get some moves done on these soft runners now.
I don't think there is any. Oh wait.
Oh wow!
Oh my god.
Wow!
Oh, what just
Oh,
happened there?
I think he just spooked Unleash into a spin there, did Faizan. He just sent it down the inside of that corner.
Well, I don't know what happened, but I hope it was not a very unfair move. But yeah, Unleash is not gonna be happy. That much I could say.
Yep, that's for sure. A bit of a send from Faizan there, but yeah, but coming back onto this, the soft tires are on their last legs right now. Some of them are heading into puncture territory, if I'm not wrong. So, do you think the medium runners? Do you think Alphabot has a chance to win this? Oh wait, no, he's a bit too
No,
far
no, no.
back.
He's too far back, so I don't think Alphabot has a chance. But he is definitely gonna be on the podium with Beacon 18 having 6 seconds of penalties on his name.
Tell you what, Streeter has got a lot of pace here. He's pulled out quite a big gap, almost 2 seconds. He just needs a second more, and he can actually go on and win the race.
Yeah, but really unfortunately, he doesn't have the time to do it, and we see Montero has spun around.
Yep.
This race has been a real roller coaster for these drivers. Like they had been going up and down all the way through the
I thought
standings.
that was supposed to be Portimao, but it seems this one has been an even bigger roller coaster.
Yep. So Montero was struggling with that wrong pit stop for Inters, was back in podium position somehow, and then he's once again down in the end of the point standings. I mean, that's
Yeah, a bit of a lot of
Parkour.
parkour in the standings there. Yeah.
most of the drivers have been doing parkour today in the standings. It hasn't
Yeah.
really been that great.
Yep, from ACL going on, in my opinion, to winning this race in the earlier laps, to then winning it, to then coming back on a chance to win it, and then to winning it again. So, very
Yeah.
topsy-turvy race. But now coming back onto this top two, you can see Streeter has got so much more pace than RB here.
2.5. Oh, he's
He's
just
actually
away.
going out and pulling a gap, and now RB is worried. He's not been able to stick with the DRS, which I thought he would be doing, but now he's got the gap back down to 2.1, and now Streeter's made a mistake. It seems he's lost like 6 tenths there.
Yeah, that's the only explanation. Maybe Streeter would have lost, or maybe RB was just conserving his energy and just dumping it.
But now Streeter's gained back all that time, and he's 2.4 ahead. So, what is going on? Like Streeter's losing time, gaining time through all these
Can I go on with
corners.
Streeter and check how much ERS does he have? Oh, he has quite a lot of ERS, whereas RB is completely running on
Maybe
fumes.
that's why he's pulling out on the straights. He's just deploying that battery, trying to eke it out. And now we're heading on to the last lap, folks. Will Streeter be able to pull out that 3-second gap to win on the race? His first race win this season will be 2.6 seconds is the gap, and it's just 1 lap left to go.
Yep, this is definitely. I thought the race was sealed, but Streeter is definitely making us sit on the edge of our seats.
Further back down, gaps have equalized. No one's close together, so I think this is just the only battle we have left. And he's 2.9, 3.3 now.
Ooh. Wow, that's a twist in the tail that I did not foresee coming. Streeter has
Yup.
definitely pulled something out of the bag, but can RB fight back? He just needs to claw back a few tenths to get the win in his name.
Yup. And Streeter has responded with some blistering pace. Unfortunately, his telemetry is not active for the race tonight, so we can't see how worn his tires are compared to Abi. But I can tell you they're not very worn compared to Abi because he's pulling out so much time on the Merc driver.
Yep, definitely. I think the ERS management has come to clutch for Streeter today.
Ooh,
Oh,
and
and RB
Abi's
is
made.
getting
Yep,
very
Abi's tires
desperate.
are short. Abi's tires are completely short.
I just think RB is getting very desperate to make some time up, and yeah, that's not how we gain
He'll
time.
be thanking his stars that BK is so far back down with the penalty as well.
Yep.
Otherwise, RB, yeah, I think RB is in puncture territory, so he's happy that this is the last lap. But Streeter, who's played this very smart, uh, has gone out and got the overtake done. Not only that, he's pulled out 3 seconds. Not only 4.5 seconds he's pulled out, and he's gone on to win the race. So it's Grazi for Streeter. It's a Ferrari winning the Chinese Grand Prix. That's never happened before in a long time. But yep,
Yeah, that's really well played from Streeter. Just had absolutely tremendous ERS management, just using it when it mattered the most. So yeah, definitely really good job from Streeter today.
and Haas boys getting in the points there. I'm proud of them getting P4 and P5. And a disappointing race for RB there. He wouldn't have expected to finish behind his teammate out of all things. But still, the Haas boys close together in the points and high up as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely feel bad for Rabi because I definitely think that he was one of the drivers who didn't really put a step wrong today, just consistently on the pace. But that one little mistake, not going for the pit stop, definitely cost him quite a lot.
Yep, absolutely. And I think that's it for tonight. Oh wow, I think Electrip somehow got the move done on Jack somewhere because, or maybe Jack had an incident because he's like 16 seconds behind. So he's not top 10 anymore, and he's not going to be getting that extra point for the fastest lap.
Yep. Oh, and he does a celebrity spin much earlier. Okay. But yeah, wow, what a race this has been.
Yep, it's been a very enthralling race. Lots of overtakes, lots of battles. As Jack is still doing some donuts, he's going to reverse
Come on, buddy,
or
you need to
not.
cross the line.
Come on, come on.
Ah, fine.
Ah,
And
well,
there
he
we go.
just crossed the line. Okay.
Maybe he didn't plan that. He wanted to reverse, but he's messed up somehow. Anyways, that's your race for tonight. Lots of battles, lots of close action. I'd rate that race like an 8 or 9 out of 10. What do you think,
Yeah,
Deepak?
definitely somewhere in that territory of 8 and 9. Because to be honest with you, I did not expect such an action-filled race. Uh, but yeah, today was an absolute roller coaster of emotions, both for the commentators and for the drivers, and hopefully for the viewers as well.
Yup, absolutely. We'll be getting the podium lads just in the com box shortly, as they're all getting ready to uh, put in their reports and everything. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen because there were lots of incidents in this race. And Deepak, just round off the top 10 for us, and we
Sure,
can call it to the day.
Streeter takes the win for the day, followed by RB Ferraro coming in the P2. Alphabot recovers from bottom of the field and comes out to P3. Good recovery drive. And BK19 in P4. Abi sadly ending up in P5, but still could have been worse for him. And Faizan doing a good job scoring up to P6. Montero in P7. Unleashed in P8. Meerkat Initiate in P9. Heisenberg in P10. Electrip in P11. And Jack rounding off the finishers for today, P12 and Eitzel, Aditya, SSC Assassin, Shawshank, Warhammer, Sager, Crazy Joe, Abi, all of them just failing to finish the race, unfortunately.
Yep. So my driver of the day is definitely Streeter, but I think a close behind would be Alphabot because he's been some sort of a dark horse in this race. We haven't seen him too much, but he did go for that send on Abhi, which was a very good move, and he's got the podium.
Yep,
So
definitely. Alphabot did his work silently, just logged his way through the field. And I think the biggest part in today's race was just staying out of the chaos and capitalizing on it, which all of the drivers have done today. All the drivers on the podium were down in the bottom, but somehow they were able to capitalize on everything that's happened around them. So yeah, really good management and really good driving skills from them.
yeah, absolutely. And we got two of the three podium achievers, if you will, in the com box now. So we're gonna start with Alphabot. You had a very eventful race, lots of topsy-turvy down the standings there. You were finding yourself in the top half, then the lower half. So talk us through what happened. Like how was the race?
Yeah, okay. So my race got off to a pretty bad start. I realized that my pace in quali was just non-existent. So then I set around a 32.7, and I was deciding whether I go for another lap, because I was debating between falling down to P10, falling down to P11, and then starting on the hards, which I mean in this case would have played out perfectly, or just setting up a lap and then just trying to get like P6. But then I mistimed my starting of my lap, and I didn't get to the lap, and I got dropped only down to P10. So I had to start P10 on softs, which was probably the worst grid spot on the whole track in this race. So then the race starts, and I got, I think, P7 because of the carnage before the safety car. And I realized that if I pit, I can pull hards to the end if I pit at the end of lap 2, which I did, and then I was on hards, and then I got into a tussle around, I think, lap 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with 8sil and Warhammer, if I remember correctly. So we had some contact, and I got damage from 8sil, so I fell like a stone through the field, maybe, I think, down to P9, and then Aditya crashed out, so I was really happy, and then I decided to go on to the mediums for the rest of the race. And then I guess just tactical driving, avoiding mistakes, and taking advantage of people's mistakes, I just got to P2. I was a little aggressive on some passes, but I think I needed to make the positions, and then I got a comfortable P3.
Yep, lots of good moves from you there, especially in the Haas driver there. I think you sent it from way back and made the move stick. So good race from you. You were a bit of a dark horse in this race. You went quite unnoticed, but you got the podium at the end there. So good, consistent driving. And
Yeah,
congrats on
thanks,
the
man.
podium. Yeah. Deepak, you got any questions for AlphaBot?
Well, I think you pretty much covered it, and Asopot really give us a good summary of the race. Yeah,
Yep.
so like Moto said, we definitely did not focus much on Asopot. There was a lot going on track, but yeah, he definitely, like I said, he just kept it consistent and just kept it clean and was able to come over here. So really good driving from you, man.
Yep. Absolutely. Congrats on the podium on the P3, and it's only up from here.
Yeah,
Going
thanks,
on
guys.
to going on to P2 in the Merc is Avi Frello. You had a very interesting race. Your qualifying, I think you might have messed up. I think me and Deepak could tell that you were pretty off the pace in qualifying, and I don't think you even set a representative time, if I'm not wrong. But anyways, the race happened. You found yourself for battling for the win, but then I think your tires gave out. So talk us through what happened.
Talking about qualifying, I went on full fuel load because I wanted to practice. I wanted to put few laps on this track. So yes, that was my only lap. But then I missed my lap on mediums twice, so that it was game over by then. So then it was all good in the race, battling out throughout the race, and some quite good moves, keeping our nose clean every time we saw some car spinning. We just made our way through the pack. And yeah, finally, good job from Streeter. He was pretty quick in the final stint, and my tires just gave up. They were around 70%. So
Yep, we could see it from the telemetry. Your tires were absolutely short. But nevertheless, very commanding drive from you. You made your way back up the field as usual, as you've always done. And congrats on the P2. And let's hope for a great next race as well.
thank you,
And
thank
Deepak, you
you.
got any questions there?
Yeah, just one question. So you did say that you invalidated both of your medium runs. So you didn't have enough time to do a soft run, or was it just a conscious decision not to set a lap on softs?
No, I didn't had enough time because I was out on track for like 4 laps initially on
Okay.
softs with full fuel load because I didn't had any practice. That's why. So I just wanted to give one shot of qualifying on mediums. That's what I had planned, so that
Okay.
I could go medium hards. But then it came out the other way.
Okay. And in the end, we did see we were sort of confirmed that you were definitely gonna just hold on to the win on track penalties, but we did see the streeter just pulling away. So very expecting that. Like, how surprised were you by that?
I wasn't surprised because the traction around this track is quite beneficial, and I know that Streeter is using traction off. and myself on medium. So that's what made the difference. Also, my tires were dead by the final 2 laps. That's it. But he
Okay.
managed it pretty well.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
Still
And
a good drive. Still a
congrats.
good drive.
Yep. Congrats on the P2.
Thank you.
You offered us a very entertaining race. And yep, best of luck for the next round. Now coming on to the man of the moment, our race winner and streeter, the tire massager, we should call him for this one, because how did you make those softs last, mate? And congrats on the win, obviously.
Thank you, thank you. I don't know how I made them last. I was just kind of like trying to pace myself. I thought Abi was gonna win on penalties, but yeah, I think his tires were done at the last 2 laps, and I just got to pull away.
And
Yeah.
one thing that we noticed is you had quite a lot of ERS in your backup, whereas RB was completely sort of out of ERS. So, were you just trying to conserve it and play it, or did it just all happen?
Yeah, I was trying to conserve it for the last 2 laps, so
Uh-huh.
that was my plan to use it all in the last 2 laps. So I was just trying to conserve and take as much as ERS as possible starting the last 2 laps.
Okay, so looks like
And
your L plan has worked. Amazing driving and amazing driving. We literally just wrote you off in P2, but then in the last 2 laps, you just completely turned it all around on its head. Really
Yep.
good driving, man.
Thank you.
Hmm. And yeah, again, qualifying, even you kind of, I think, might have messed up because you
Yeah,
were also
I
way
had
down.
I
So
had
what happened
desync
there?
issues. So I was getting desync due to some game issues I was facing. So I was trying to fix it in the qualifying, and so that made me start I think P19 or P20, and my AI decided to start. So the first stint was very difficult. There's
Hmm.
no grip on the hard tires on this track.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
difficult, yeah.
yeah.
So I was just lucky with few people crashing out or spinning, and I just took advantage of that because even after the last safety car restart, I think I saw two people take out each other, and that gave me and Abi like a chance to fight for the win.
Yep. Very entertaining race you guys provided us for tonight, and congrats on the win again.
Thank you.
And yep, best of luck for the championship to go. Lot of races left in the championship, but yeah, I think that's the race for tonight. Deepak, what are your thoughts? Any finishing thoughts you have to say to our drivers?
Yeah, that was definitely a topsy-turvy race, and I would say definitely a big congratulations to all the drivers who finished today because, like I said earlier, we didn't expect today to be a race of attrition. We didn't expect so many DNFs, but yeah, it did turn out to be a tough race for the drivers today. So congratulations to all the people who finished, and congratulations to the podium finishers, of course. So yeah, good race, guys.
Yep, absolutely. And thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. It's been a great race as we just summed it up from our podium drivers and also the action you guys saw. But regardless, thanks to all the people who made donations as well. We really appreciate it. And
And
we
we do
really do
have
hope. Yep.
Harry who has donated 100. So thank you, Harry.
Oh, thank you, Harry. Last minute there. But again, thank you to everyone who's donated, and we really hope this community just grows and grows further into something even bigger than what it is right now. And it's only up from here. And this is IRC signing out. We meet tomorrow again in the afternoon for Tier 3. And then for Tier 1, the big boys duking it out in China as well at 8:30 p.m. same time for tonight's stream. So yep, this is IRC signing out, and we thank you for watching. And yep, good night.
Good night.